Today is April 7th, 2025, and this is Super the Hardest. And, like someone who should have prepared better, we are your hosts, John, Mo, and Dave.
No.
I know, right?
No special guest. Just host Dave. Look at that. Finally earned that third chair.
Well, let's not get too comfortable.
I'm happy to be here, guys.
Prepared. I think we're pretty well prepared. No?
No, I don't
Or are we just talking about the world at large?
It's
How's
hard.
your 401k?
It's hard to know anymore. I'm sure it's down.
Are you prepared?
You know what I need?
Got a bunker?
Yeah, I need a bunker and some guns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think you can eat ammunition. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
Oh,
sure.
totally, yeah.
Yeah. That'll keep
Just
you alive.
chew on those bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking eat 'em.
Yeah.
People who should eat a fucking bullet.
Fucking need them.
I
can think of a lot of them.
Weird Al as Rambo in UHF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what's not to love? This is the Megarian dream.
Megarian.
There are a lot of layers to that term right there.
Yeah.
Megarian. Yeah, I like it.
Or is it Megarican?
Tiramisu.
No, I like Megarian.
Yeah, Megarian.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's been a little bit since we've recorded.
Yeah, but I think everything works now.
I
Yeah.
mean, not as long as our previous hiatuses. Hiati. Like a full year.
Hi-tie. My.
Can we just get straight to the drinks?
I could go for a Mai Tai.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm thirsty.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather round, for it is time for another installment of Dave's Fancy Pants Drinks and Casual Chats. With any luck, it won't be any worse than last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really thirsty. I'm just.
We've been sipping ours. You're
Oh,
allowed.
I thought we weren't allowed.
No, you.
I mean, we aren't, but
Yeah, Mo and I did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
rules don't apply
That's
anymore.
fine. We can quit the chit chat and just get straight to business. That's fine.
Fucking, I'm thirsty.
Let's try the drink, guys.
All right, what is it? Tell us about it first.
So
Well, it's orange. It's like
it's
peach.
kind of like peach colored.
It looks like if you strangled a
Somebody
peach.
pooped in it.
I don't think it looks like someone pooped in it. Unless they're
No,
deer
pooping
poop.
cherries.
I mean, yeah, there's a brandied cherry in there or whatever it is. Maybe not brandied.
But it looks like peach
Luxardo?
juice.
The Costco ones that come in like a
Oh yeah. The big like fancy white
yeah
jar that looks
yeah
like
that's gonna last me a year.
looks like the urn for your great grandma.
Yeah, I want to be buried in that urn.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. So what's
Bury
the drink?
me amongst
What-
my
what-
cherries.
So it's a Gold Rush, which is normally bourbon, lemon, and honey,
Yeah.
but this has ginger liqueur.
Ooh.
It actually has more ginger liqueur than bourbon. Right? So it's got 1.5 ounces of ginger liqueur, which I thought was a lot,
It does seem like a lot.
and 1 ounce of bourbon, and 1/2 ounce of lemon juice.
That's a lot of lemon juice.
But I
still.
added a little bit of simple syrup because it was
Too tart.
Yeah, it was gonna be too tart.
Yeah.
The ginger liqueur was not like sweet at all.
All right.
Locally made ginger
Dave.
liqueur.
Oh.
No, it's a Minnesota
Okay.
ginger.
I mean, we're known for our ginger farms.
Ginger root.
I mean, I have made ginger liqueur before. I
course
think I
you
gave
have.
it to you as a gift once, but
You're an alchemist.
I don't think anybody drank it. I don't even know if you drank it. Do you remember?
No, I don't think I got it.
All right, I'm gonna take a drink.
You don't think you ever got it?
Not ginger liqueur?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
It's nice, Dave.
I mean, a honey syrup would go nice in it. I just
Thanks
didn't
for
have time
telling
to
us
make
what
it.
we could have had.
Well, Christmas is coming, guys. Okay, so are you ready for my casual chat? It comes with a story.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Friday night, I was mourning the loss of Val Kilmer.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, Iceman.
Yep, R.I.P. I was watching The Saint
Okay, yeah.
with. Can you actually turn the music down?
Dave's
a touch?
feeling like this doesn't really do his legacy
It's taking
well.
over. It's taking. I want my voice to be heard for this.
can do whatever you want, Dave.
I want to honor Val Kilmer. Actually, I have an aside about Val Kilmer.
Okay.
There's a guy at work, which I've talked about on the podcast before. I feel like the mofo biatch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, guys, call me a mofo B.
Yes. He does not work at my work anymore.
I'm forgetting that story, but
Oh,
What?
He was this.
Did
kind
he
of-
choose to leave, or was he chosen to leave?
He's no longer employed with the company.
He was chosen to choose to leave.
he went to a farm upstate.
but
He hanging out with Grandpa and an old spot.
He's landed somewhere else now. Hopefully, a better fit. But I remember.
So he's,
it was
he's a
during-
grocery store cashier.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where he works.
Yeah, I
but,
feel
he,
like
but he works with John's son at Lots of Ice.
yeah,
Talking about my soft ass son.
pushing the cart out.
So anyway,
Do I have to lift the bags out of the cart too?
He had
Give me a raise.
He had a particular passion about Val Kilmer that I did not know about,
Oh,
and I had recently.
Like way into Val Kilmer?
Oh
or-
yeah,
okay.
he was his interest was piqued about Val.
By the way, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
was his full name Valerie?
I don't know.
Valerie Kilmer?
I'm going to put this out there as a public service message to anybody who's typing on the internet or in a school paper or just anywhere. When you say your interest is piqued,
Yeah,
that's P-I-Q-U-E-D.
Yes, sure is.
It's not like
P-E-A.
peekaboo.
Yeah,
Like I'm going to peek around the
P-E-E-K
corner,
or
and it's not like the
P-E-A-K.
peak of a mountain.
Yeah.
where it's P-E-A-K.
I feel like I said that in my
No,
my pronunciation.
No,
you- it was just fine.
pecued it?
Yeah, I picuted it. He was picuted.
But to all you fucking internet numbskulls out there, your interest was not peaked like peekaboo.
I mean, maybe it was. That would make more sense.
Sorry. Slight pet peeve.
I think the mofo
Continue.
biatch would have liked to peek at Val.
I think you would.
Like a peek of that ice.
So, yeah, Iceman. You know, he's all this lathered up, muscular
Yeah.
dude. Well, it was around the time MacGruber came out.
The
Oh,
what?
the spoof movie?
The
Saturday
spoof
Night
movie
Live.
MacGruber.
Oh, I don't know anything about this.
Really?
Never heard of it.
You're gonna love it. Will Forte.
Well, I love Will Forte.
Based on an SNL sketch, right?
Yeah, it used to be this SNL sketch where he was MacGyver.
Okay.
Except his name was MacGruber.
Yep.
And he'd always try to just be dismantling a bomb,
Yeah.
and it would always blow up.
Yeah.
That was always this sketch.
Nice.
So then they made an entire movie of this character called MacGruber.
Wasn't quite as good as the Coneheads movie, but it was still pretty good.
It was funny.
I'm kidding. I
he never saw
But
it.
Val Kilmer was in it. He had obviously put on some weight.
Wow, you say it like that.
I did. And we were talking about this at work. And I was like, oh, yeah, he looks really different than he did in Top Gun. And the mofo biatch rolls over, looks at me, and goes, not all of us could stay Greek gods. And then just went back to work.
Wow.
It's like, oh,
Took that
man,
real personal.
I hit a vein there.
You're like, all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
Which of us?
If I were you, I would have taken that as a compliment because it seems to imply that you have aged like a Greek god.
Yeah.
You know, not all of us can be as manly and, statuesque as you, Dave.
I don't know.
Bacchus.
So anyway, that was a
The god
long aside.
Bacchus.
This is a long story.
No, I
anyway.
liked it.
Okay.
We got a MacGruber reference out of it.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm sitting there Friday night. It's 11:30. I'm falling asleep. Sort of watching a movie, falling asleep. I was watching
The kids have worn themselves out.
Yes. Yeah. Max was still up. I was watching The Saint, that Val Kilmer movie from the 90s or
Yep.
early 2000s.
I never watched it, but I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It's like a spy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a remake of the old Saint?
Yes.
With what's his nuts?
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, James
Roger Moore.
What's his nuts?
Yeah.
James Bond.
Roger
Sure.
Moore, he was
I mean,
in
it
The
was
Saint,
originally based off of like a radio play
Yeah.
series.
I swear Roger Moore was in a Saint thing. Anyway, continue.
So I wake up. Max is standing next to me. He goes, Dad, my fish tank is leaking. Like, what? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, my entire dresser is filled with, like, the top of my dresser is filled with water.
Oh, no.
Is this a Brett joint?
No, this is the fish tank that I got from you, actually.
Oh, dude.
I don't know
It's a
anything
John
about that.
joint. You ever
Sorry.
store
Sorry.
that thing in the garage, John?
You see how quickly he's like, I don't know.
I don't know anything about that. I was
Don't
just
know anything
about to
about
say
that.
we should drive down the road and beat the shit out of Brett. But
I gotta go, guys.
never mind.
So I was like, dude, is this an April Fool's joke? He's like, no, I'm not kidding. So I went in there. Fish tank is leaking. His sock and
Shit
underwear.
happens. Am I right, Mo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His socket under her drawer was soaked from all the water that had poured over the side of the.
He peed it.
He wet his drawer. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, his socks too. He just pissed all up to the top rug of that.
I mean, you piss yourself so hard you get your socks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So.
He's a sock soaker.
yeah, he soaked his socks.
Cool. Great chat. Well,
So anyway, in the middle of the night, we had to take out all of the fish out of that tank and put them in a new tank that I luckily had hanging around because we recently got rid of our leopard gecko.
right.
Yep.
It was a big day for the Hilden
Yeah,
household.
big day. So Max and I worked on it for like an hour in the middle of
That's
That's
a great way to start your weekend.
Right. Friday night, went to bed at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Got the fish all set up, and
so
I got
relaxed.
to spend a bunch of money on new fish tank parts the
Yeah.
next day because it was a bigger tank.
Yeah. Sounds like a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was real bummed. Hey, that fish tank lasted us several years before it started leaking.
Yeah.
So thanks.
I mean, that's like most submarines.
It's in my trash now.
At least it's not in mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I do know what you're saying. So, my question to you guys is, what's your story of having to deal with something? Oh, is the song ending right now?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it sure is.
So yeah, I would have
I
been
talked too
able
long.
to hear that. You know.
Dave wanted to hear himself
Man, we
talk.
got Sassy John over here.
Yeah. Sassy J.
Anyway, continue. Yeah.
So, what's your guys' middle of the night dealing with some emergency-ish thing? That's what I want to hear. Taking the last week or two.
It's similar. It's water damage, man.
Yeah.
Our basement used to leak at least once a year, and it was a fucking pain in the ass. And then when we fixed that, then our water heater decided to leak, and it was another pain in the ass. But no, big storm, like a spring storm kind of deal.
Yep.
And flooded the basement. And you know me, I'm just like, fuck it, we'll deal with it in the morning, whatever. But
Yeah.
Christine,
The old bag.
I mean, in this case, she was,
I would not think that's you.
yeah.
I'd be like, I would think you'd want to deal with it immediately.
Dealing with it immediately meant being up at like 2 a.m. and tearing apart my entire basement, unhooking everything,
Oh.
getting all the games out of there, the TV, pulling up the carpet, all that shit. So that was definitely like a 2 a.m. kind of thing where
Yeah.
I'm down there in my underwear pulling up carpet.
Is that what you ended up doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sucked.
yeah.
It sucked. Those late
Water
night,
damage sucks.
and then there's always like the kid things, where they shit all over themselves in the middle of the night, and then you're down there, you're changing sheets and then hosing sheets down in the utility sink, and
Oh, yeah.
that's always a good time.
His kids are in high school.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Some real sock
fucking
soakers.
drunk bastards.
Exactly. The sock soakers.
So there's,
But-
that I'm sure you're familiar with that. They puke all over themselves,
Yes.
or they shit everywhere.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you gotta like strip their bed and hose their sheets down. And,
With the water damage in the middle of the night, was it an inevitable fight of some kind too at the same time because you're so tired and like not working well together? Because it's just
I'm just gonna say probably. I don't remember, but the odds are good.
yeah.
But more likely it was like let's just fucking get this over with
Yeah.
and heads down, get it done. And then at one point somebody's like, okay, this is good enough for now. We're not going to be able to do anything else. Let's go back to bed and figure it out tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they call my dad in the morning.
Yeah. Call Mo's dad. He'll take care of it.
Larry.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, I believe it.
After the third time, I think.
Yeah, probably. We're like, what do we do here? He's like, well, I'll bring over a wheelbarrow,
And a
shovels.
pickaxe.
And, yeah.
Regraded the outside of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
they had was there plastic against? There was some.
So the
plastic,
people-
but you also had your downspouts were
the people who owned it before us, owned the house before us. They loved landscaping and shrubbery and flowers and all that shit. So what they had done was they took railroad ties, basically built gigantic boxes out of railroad ties, but then buried them up against the house. So between the railroad ties and the concrete, the foundation,
lined them in plastic.
Yeah, and lined them both.
So they
in
were
plastic.
basically just bowls.
Yeah. So between
that couldn't drain.
Between the railroad ties and the foundation was a great, little gap that loved to fill up with water and then pour right into my basement. Yeah. So that was like the first 4 or 5 years of our house before we were like, we got to get this taken care of.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, what do you got?
I don't think I had a water one ever.
That's all right. You got some other middle of the night story. I can tell.
The only one I can remember is the fire alarms going off. So now they're all linked together.
Oh, I just thought of one too. Anyway,
So they
keep going.
Prior to 5 years ago, all my fire alarms were just an independent battery thing you stick on the ceiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these are all linked together now. So
What do you mean linked together?
they're all in the same circuit, so they talk to each other. So if one goes off, they all go off.
I don't have that fancy pants.
Yeah, and I it's code now. So if you're doing any new construction, they have to be that way.
Oh wow, okay.
So I mean, it's great. It's a combination, fire and carbon monoxide. So great. Like 2 a.m, fire alarm goes, and of course wakes everyone up. I'm like, Jesus, because it's loud as hell. And we can turn it off.
Yep.
And then it starts again. And I turn it off and it starts again. So then I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk through the house.
Your house is on fire, Mo.
Yeah. No, there's no fire. And I'm like, well, is it carbon monoxide? And then I hold the button down to test it. And it's definitely not carbon monoxide because that's a different warning.
Oh,
it actually says carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Like there's a voice.
Yeah, literally says carbon monoxide. Yeah.
I'm like, so what the hell? This happened 2 or 3 times. But, 6 months between. And mind you, one of these fire alarms is, I don't know, 8 months old. Like, it's barely been there.
Yeah. They're supposed to be like 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know what the hell's going on. So then I started, Googling because I forget it. You can do that because I'm old. Ask the internet what the problem is. And they're like, oh, well, if it's, it turns out there's basically like one brand of fire alarm you can buy for your house now. I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good to know. So what does it do? In other words, one of them will still be flashing. You can turn them off, but one will be flashing differently than the others.
Oh, and that's to give you the heads up. That's
the one that was triggered. Like, all right. So sure enough, this last time it happened, I'm checking them all. Yeah. No, there it is. Okay, that one's different. All right. Reset. I reset that one. Does it again. Within a minute or two. To the point, and it's between, this is happening at 2, 3 in the morning. And eventually I'm just like, well, fuck it. Like, take the battery out.
Yeah.
Well, now...
Why is it never at 2 or 3 in the afternoon?
I don't know.
I know, right?
And it's not it's not chirping, as in like the battery's low. None of that's happening.
Yeah. I guess it's a 50-50 chance.
So
right?
None of it makes any sense. Take the battery out. Well, then it's like, now there's an error message because you don't have a battery in one of them. Like, Jesus Christ. So where are the 9-volt batteries? Get a new battery, shove it in there, and it's fine. And it's been fine.
It was just a battery?
It was just a battery. And
did you lick it to see if it was still good?
No, because I hate that feeling. But that was a battery that came with it. That off-brand shit battery.
Oh, yeah.
But it lasted less than a year.
Dang.
So I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with the thing that's draining it faster. Because it's different than all the other fire alarms.
Yeah. Now our listeners can picture Mo just walking around in his undies trying to figure it out.
Oh, no undies.
No.
Yeah. Just dragging that hog around.
Yeah. Tripping over it, getting it caught in the ladder.
Not all of us could see a Greek
Sets off the burglar alarm.
Yeah. Yeah. The earthquake alarm went off.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
I've got one more.
Oh,
so mine is the great one. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I've got one more.
One time there was a tornado. That was different. Middle of the night. Yeah, destroyed
Here?
our neighborhood. No, my house I grew up in.
Oh, really? Destroyed your neighborhood?
Yeah, like not the it. So nobody lost their house, but shingles ripped off,
Trees,
trees,
yeah.
fences flattened.
Yep. Oof.
So, yeah,
The Great South Metro Tornado of
that was fun.
1989.
Yeah,
No, I woke up in the middle of the night to my mom grabbing me out of bed because my house
Ooh.
burned down.
I was gonna say, I'm glad
Oh.
you.
'Cause your house. So your house was
My
already
house was on fire.
your house already burned down, and she's grabbing
was
you after
burning
the
down.
fact. Oh,
Yeah.
He was just laying on his mattress, surrounded with ashes.
and she's like, "You need to get out of here.
Get out of bed, Johnny.
You're filthy,
Boomer. The house is
That's
burning.
right. I can't believe you slept through it.
covered in ash."
Wakey, Boomer. That's why your mom showed dirt.
Yeah,
That's right.
Got some whistling kitty chasers, some Hoosker Doos, some Hoosker Dones.
Hoosker dudes.
What? Your childhood house burned down?
Burned to the ground when I was in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Kindergarten. Yeah.
Oh
And
my gosh.
So I remember my mom.
That's traumatizing.
I mean, remember how I told you before? Like I was the one who was like,
He's like, yeah, I mean,
I was like, let's figure it out in the morning. You know,
yeah.
this goes all the way back to childhood. You know, she scooped me up and like she dragged me out of the house and took me over to the neighbors, put me on the bed, and I'm like, what the fuck's even going on, right?
Yeah.
And I can hear her and my sister, because my sister's 5 years older than me, so she was like 10, 11, something like that. And they're like,
Which one?
my older sister.
I don't know which one's older.
I have one older sister and one younger sister.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're the
but
middle
which-
child?
Well, then I have a younger brother.
Yeah. What he's asking is,
Yeah. I know what he's getting at. I'm not playing this fucking game. I know what's going on.
Just asking.
What do you want me to say,
I
Dave?
always forget that you have more than one sister.
Yeah, me too.
There's only one in my mind.
me too.
But no, they put me on the neighbor's couch, and then my sister and my mom and the neighbor lady are, watching out the window, presumably watching the fire department, like hose the
Fail.
thing down, and they're like crying. They're like, oh, no. And I was like sitting there thinking, I'm trying to sleep. Why are they being so loud? That's what I was
Wow.
thinking as a 5-year-old. Yeah.
Is that your first memory?
No. Why? I was 5.
His first memory is starting a fire.
Yeah, that was my first. I was playing with matches.
How old do you think you were when you had your first memory?
I have a very vague memory.
Or that you can, your first memory that you can remember when you were, your first memory. Wait, let me get back to this. Let me roll this back.
Yeah.
How old were you?
When my house burned down, or my first
No,
memory?
your first memory. How old are you in your first memory? Boom. Got it.
I remember.
Thanks for coming along on this journey.
This is I like a clear memory where I can actually remember exactly what's going on,
Yeah.
or like a hazy memory that I do remember.
Sure.
So that one,
It's too
I
hazy.
couldn't have been more than a year and a half, because I had I was getting picked up from daycare, and I was put in the car seat, and my mom was driving and my dad was in the passenger seat. And now the reason I couldn't have been more than a year and a half is because my parents got divorced when I was like a year and a half.
Oh,
But I remember coming out of that house, getting put in a car seat, and then driving away.
I mean, and in Wisconsin, the moment you turn 2, that car seat is gone.
That's right.
yeah, for sure.
Now you're the designated driver.
Yeah, 80s Wisconsin.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
just tied into the seat with
No,
a rope.
70s Wisconsin
Yeah.
at that point.
I
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
right?
Because but that's my first like hazy memory.
Okay.
Because I asked my mom about it later, because I was walking by a place in Merrill that triggered that memory, and it was the house where I had my daycare.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I recognize this house. And I was like, I can't remember why. And then I kind of had this memory, and then I asked my mom, I was like, hey, there's this house over blah, blah, blah. It's a white house with this door. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's where you had daycare when you were like a little toddler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Wild, yeah.
Man, this casual chat went places.
about
You want to share your first memory?
Yeah, as far as I know, maybe I was 1.
Yeah.
Get 1? Yeah, probably about 1. Mm-hmm. So we picked up my sister at the airport.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
How much older is your sister than you?
She's younger,
Younger.
6 months.
And
she was 6 months old,
Okay,
so-
yes.
That would
Adoption.
put me at 1.
Yes, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, she wasn't flying the plane.
No. She still doesn't
She was
fly
like
the
on a
plane.
trip or something.
Yeah, she still does not fly the plane.
Yeah. You were probably at the gate when we got.
Yeah.
When we picked
Yeah,
up
because
my
you
sister.
could hang out at the gate.
Yes, when my sister was also adopted and we were at the gate. I remember it vividly. It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how does that work? Like, or how did that work? Like, you didn't, like, they were just like, okay, we would like to order a daughter, please.
Yep.
And then they're like, all
Yeah,
right, we'll
it's
ship one in.
basically a menu at McDonald's.
Yeah, you got to go to the you got to go to the
That's
freight
it.
airport, you know, like
Yeah.
where
Yep.
UPS and
Yep.
FedEx hangs out.
Yep.
Yeah, you basically know how adoption works. Good job.
Yeah, sweet.
I mean, my sister's from Colombia. She
Yeah.
was born
Colombia.
She was given to an orphanage in Colombia.
Yeah.
So her mom was like, "Hey, you're going to take my baby now."
Yeah.
And then my parents went once. So they signed up with this, I think it was actually a Jewish adoption agency.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were like, yeah, we partner with this orphanage in Colombia. And they went, they saw her, and there was some
They
sort
went
of.
to Colombia?
Yeah, my parents went to
Okay.
Colombia.
All right.
There was some sort of lockdown on taking babies out of Colombia, or they needed some judge's approval, and the judge wouldn't approve it.
Yeah.
So they had to come back to America without her.
Yeah.
And then they went back to Colombia a little bit later, like 6 weeks later, maybe, for 2 weeks. So I stayed with my grandma for a week, and I stayed with Larry and Lila for
Yeah.
another week
Yeah.
with Aaron and Justin.
Yeah.
And then,
Those bullies beat up on you the whole time.
oh yeah,
They did.
No, I remember. I remember sleeping in their base. All four because it was my brother and I and Justin and Aaron. We were all sleeping in the basement, goofing around.
Yeah.
Bunch of goofsters.
Oh yeah, we were goofsters. Yeah, we got in some goofy trouble.
Oh,
yeah.
Watched a lot of Muppets.
In the G.I. Joe. After their parents went to bed.
Oh no, we wouldn't do that. No, no, we stuck to what
Liar.
we're allowed to do. But yeah, then they brought her home, and we all went to the airport, and there she was.
Wow. How crazy is it that you guys both have adopted sisters, huh?
I don't know. Is
That's
that crazy?
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's pretty common here.
Is it?
In Minneapolis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, in Minneapolis?
There are a lot of adoptions in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Where was your sister born?
South Korea?
So did your parents go to South Korea?
No.
So they just
Just
met her for the
just
first time at the
freight
airport?
at the freight airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After they picked one out on the McDonald's menu?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a Sears kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sears catalog.
Yep.
She came walking. Two ladies came walking down carrying
Wow.
Karen, and she's in a carrier, and
And they're like, here you go.
Here you go. Here's your baby.
Wow.
And how old were you when this happened?
Probably
Oh,
a
one,
year.
you said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay.
she was 6 months.
Yeah.
We got her when she was 6 months old. and
Wow.
she
So that's
is-
your first memory. That's pretty awesome.
Oh wait, no, I'd be 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
She's a year younger than me.
My first memory was I'm sure I've talked about it at some point on something else, but because I used to ask this question on Hildo Spills the Beans, but my first memory was my great grandma was dating this guy named Tex in Mexico.
I know Tex.
Yeah.
From Canada.
Yes.
Not that Tex.
But
No, this guy.
maybe his
No.
energy has transferred to
Yeah,
another
maybe
Tex body.
maybe I hope Tex has different energy than the Tex that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
Pretty great
yeah,
if he was dating your grandma, though.
He took care of greyhounds
The dogs?
at a racetrack
Okay.
in Mexico.
So
And we went and stayed with my great grandma and Tex in Mexico.
oh wow.
And they had a friend named Raul.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
He would wear a white suit.
Nice.
And I remember Raul giving us candy. That's my first memory.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
From a white suited band in Tex in Mexico.
Yeah, and I asked my parents, kind of like you, I got this weird memory. I remember you gave us candy and he was wearing a white suit. And they were
They're
like,
oh,
yeah,
that-
he would.
Oh yeah, that's Raul.
Raul would wear a white suit. That was his thing.
Huh. Tex. That's crazy.
Did he not have a good energy? What was the deal?
He was a
there?
raging alcoholic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He was one of the ones that would drink a glass of whiskey in the morning just to calm the
To
shakes
wake
down.
up. To wake up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was my brother has a different memory of being in Mexico where we were like ushered to a room and had stayed there because Tex came home super drunk.
A little surly.
Yep. So I never experienced that.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tex was not a great guy.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Was Tex an American or a Mexican man?
Oh, he was American.
Yeah.
I don't know how they ended up in. I mean,
Well, that's where the dog track was.
yeah. If all you know is taking care of greyhounds at a dog track,
you go to where the dogs are.
Yeah, you go to where the dogs are.
I can't remember who. Somebody was just telling me about. Fucking who was it? Like they have a pair of greyhounds that they adopted from the racetracks.
Sure.
Wow.
Like Canterbury out in
Yep.
Shakopee.
Wow.
Yep.
And fuck, why can't I? Because it's such a weird story. Why would I forget who told me this? But anyway, they have a couple of greyhounds, and they're like, yeah, it's super mellow dogs. Like you'd think they'd be all whipped
Yeah.
up, running
No, they're
around
not.
and all
Yeah.
the time, but
No.
they're just like chill. They just
They
hang out.
sleep most of the day.
Yeah, and they're like, we walk them every now and then, but they don't seem to give a shit.
No.
You know.
The thing that was blowing my mind was asking my grandma and my mom about them being in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, no texting.
Right.
The phone lines were not good between
No.
America and Mexico.
No. And so maybe you get through, maybe you don't.
Yeah, like they were writing letters.
Yeah.
So they would write a letter and be like, hey, we want to come down this week. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Oh.
And then
They wait, I don't know, a couple weeks to get
Yeah,
a
a couple
reply.
weeks, yeah.
They get a reply and they're like, yeah, please bring a recliner with you.
A recliner.
Yes.
Yes, my grandma was like, "Oh yeah, we had to bring a recliner down in our van."
Oh, you drove the whole way.
Oh yeah,
She wants to be cozy.
we drove the whole way
Drove
to Mexico.
down the holy highway all the way down there. Huh?
Yep. And my grandpa would bring back velvet paintings and sell them to Mexican restaurants. And I have one of those velvet paintings hanging in my stairwell at home.
Yeah. See?
Nice.
Man, this casual chat went places, guys. Look at this.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. Are we? Did we chat it up?
I am chatted out.
All right, here. Let me.
Plum out.
we might. I have 3 cherries left. We might need to do something else.
This has been another installment of Dave's Fancy Pants Drinks and Casual Chats. Be sure to tune in next time when you'll hear Dave say,
Greyhounds are chill.
Oh, we should pretend we're a video game podcast again.
Oh, hey.
We have a poster still.
Yeah.
We do.
What's up, guys?
Proof that it happened once.
Poopy in the doo-doo.
Yeah. It's a 3-way log jam.
I thought Dave and I would talk about what we're playing, and then Mo could interject with like silly asides.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
witticisms.
that. Nice.
Witticisms.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk to you a little bit about Apple Arcade because there are 2 things that just came out on Apple Arcade that I think Mo.
It's just time for us to listen to John.
I know, right?
Well, I'm gonna-
We are.
right?
Wow, we are getting wacky morning zoo, aren't we?
Yeah. 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 The snarmbulance is on its way.
The first one, Mo,
That's
would
me.
be one that you remember, Space Invaders Infinity Gene.
Oh, that
came
was
back.
a good one.
What makes it different than a regular Space Invaders? Because
all
that
like
game is
techno
so
and-
boring to me.
Do you remember Rez?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
It's
like
like-
that.
it's
You
like
gave
Space
me
Invaders.
Res.
It's like Spez.
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 Fez.
Spez Invaders.
Yeah.
Fez is a totally different game.
It's like Space Invaders meets Rez, kind of.
So a little
Did
bit
you-
like Tetris, whatever that Tetris game came out.
But did you use the
Well, like in vibe, I
the
guess.
trans
yeah.
vibrator?
No.
Yeah,
Right.
that really makes res.
Yeah.
So,
Nah,
you know,
just
it's
a
got like this
vibrator.
whole techno kind of vibe, you know, and then the levels aren't just like, pulp, pulp, you know, the aliens coming
Yeah,
down like that.
yeah.
It's all over the place. It's more like a proper shmup, but you know,
Oh.
with like Tron or Res kind of
All right.
vibes to it.
I'll download it.
It's great.
It is great.
Now, the one thing I noticed that they don't have on this version, at least not yet, and they did say that they're going to be releasing updates and new levels and new modes and stuff, but they don't have that mode where you can use your own music. and then the stage kind of adapts to your own music.
Yeah.
That's not there yet, but everything else is Space Invaders Infinity Gene.
Awesome.
And it's great.
That was a great game. It
was on the DS.
Yeah,
too,
I was gonna
right?
say that was a DS game. Yeah,
really?
Part of me regrets letting so much of that go.
Yeah.
Now I don't know where the hell I would put it, and I don't play it. I don't
me
play
too,
it anymore.
actually.
No.
Yeah.
But I had an amazing collection of unusual and really great games.
Well, that was like a period too. The PS2 DS era was a period where
people were experimenting. Small studios.
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
Like they would spend a little budget
Yeah.
to make cool little games.
Yeah.
And
what was the Plankton?
Electroplankton. Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
That was crazy.
That one you could only get on Nintendo's website, right? Was that like a special order DS
I think
game
so,
where you
yeah.
had to? Yeah. So Electroplankton, I should bring it for you one time so you can check it out.
Is it on the DS?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a music thing.
It's
but
not even a game.
No,
It's
not
just an
really.
experience.
Yeah, and it's got like these little plankton, and they're I don't know like 8 different modes to it or something, and you can move them around with the stylus and it'll make music, and then you can like start
All right.
syncing them up and making beats and stuff. It was really fun.
Teddy just bought a DS Lite.
Ooh, the DS Lite, still my favorite handheld console.
So now
of all
him
time.
and Max both have DS Lights.
Ooh, Dave
Yeah.
hooked me up with a sweet DS Lite. $20 at Goodwill. Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Because like an idiot, I traded mine for a DSi
Well,
back in the day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
I
yeah,
made some mistakes with DSs too.
Space Invaders Infinity Gene. Actually, Mo, I have I think I have a code for 3 free months of Apple Arcade, and this one is on Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
So I could send it to you, and you could just fuck around with it.
I'll forget to do it. I swear.
Works on your phone,
Yeah.
works on
No, I believe you.
your Mac, and it works on your Apple TV.
I know. Maybe I can remember. I don't know. I just am not good at that anymore.
Bluetooth controller on your Apple TV, that's something.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I don't have Apple TV anymore.
Oh,
I mean, I have Apple TV, the streaming service, but I don't have an Apple TV.
Gotcha.
anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No.
the other Apple.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah. Gosh, Dave.
Birthday idea. No. But
Thanks to our sponsor, Apple.
the other
Tim Cook.
Apple Arcade game that just came out is a new Katamari game.
Oh, hell. Wait, new?
Yeah,
New, brand new, made specifically for Apple Arcade.
Well,
Apple,
that's awesome.
And I think Apple maybe funded some of it because at the end it says produced by Apple.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, but you said it's actually fun.
It's actually, it feels just like the first 2 games, like the Keita Takahashi games.
Those games were just a delightful surprise.
Yeah.
So unlike anything else.
You can use your,
Yeah, and
you
they're
know, you
fun.
can use touch controls with it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, but I have used it with the controller, like the little
It's the
controller.
2
that
stick
snaps on
still?
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great. The music is they reuse a lot of the original soundtrack, which is fine because that, in my opinion, is still
Slaps.
slaps.
It does.
As the kids from 10 years ago said.
That's why I can say it now.
Yeah, I know. It's yours now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
that music slaps.
But they've also added new songs that fit right in. They're just as quirky and cool and whatnot.
Are they bangers?
They're bangers. So this game is
They're
called
bangers that slap.
Katamari Damacy Rolling Live. Because it's called that because the king wants to be a live streamer now. So he's making the prince roll stuff up on.
It's perfect.
Okay, that is
He's
pretty
like,
awesome.
at the end of everyone, he's like, all right, how many likes and subscribes did we get? You know, and all that stuff.
perfect.
It's so
Slap
funny.
that bell.
It's so funny.
man.
He's making the prince roll up shit to try to get more subscribers.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
It-
All right, I'll
But yeah,
download that.
I
I've got
feel-
Apple Arcade.
Yeah, it feels just like the originals. And-
Sometimes I feel like I pay $7 a month just so my kids can play Sneaky Sasquatch once every 3 months.
Remember
my,
Sneak King?
My kids were nuts about.
Oh, the Burger King?
Oh,
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Pocket Bike? Sneak King Pocket Bike. That was a great one.
No,
was a racing
Sneaky,
game.
Sneaky Sasquatch is like
Ethan was obsessed with that game for months.
I mean it's like Grand Theft Auto, but you're
With
a
a Sasquatch.
Sasquatch that's trying to sneak around and just live
Yeah.
a normal life. You can get do you know this game?
I do.
Okay.
Ethan showed it to me.
yeah.
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 So they're like, "Hey, I just got a Class A license. I can be a taxi driver." I'm like, "What?"
The other,
I gotta get my apartment. Oh, I got rents due. I'm like, what are you playing right now?
the other big game that was on
learning how to
Apple
move
Arcade,
out.
that was on Apple Arcade at the beginning was What the Golf. That was like a big
Oh,
hit on
yeah.
Apple Arcade, and then more recently they put Balatro on there, which I think is amazing.
Yep.
So you don't have to pay $10 for it. It's just there. So Apple
And it's
Arcade,
perfect for your phone.
Oh yeah,
It honestly,
like
yeah.
you could just lose a day to it.
Oh yeah. I played so many hours.
And I
that.
do think Mo would like Balatro.
So another game that's, since we're on the Apple Arcade iPhone, Castle Doombad. Did you ever play that game? It's a tower defense game from Adult Swim.
No.
They used to have some pretty good Adult Swim games.
Yeah.
And then they lost all their license because something happened with the licenses, and
Yeah.
some company bought them and just buried them.
Sure.
And they recently let the developers of the games get their license back for the games that they made, and they re-released Castle Doombad,
Nice.
which Max and I played that game a ton when I first had my iPod Touch or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
one of the first things
Yeah.
you could play iPhone
Yeah,
games
yeah.
on.
Sure.
And so that just came out like this week, I think.
Oh, nice.
They brought it back. So that game was super fun.
Mo, another Apple Arcade game that was out and then it got delisted and now you can't get it fucking anywhere, which is why I kind of hate these subscription services sometimes, is Choo Choo Rocket Universe.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's delisted.
Hasn't been on there in over a year.
So I
don't know.
just ran into another. There was a Professor Layton game that's only on phones,
Yeah.
and it was delisted off of Apple Arcade. I was bummed. I was like, oh, I'm gonna play that.
And it was another one where I'm guessing Apple must have funded it or something because it's not available anywhere.
But why would they do that? Why
I have
would they
no
pull
idea.
it?
I don't know. I don't know how that whole licensing thing works. I have no
Yeah.
fucking clue. But I was
Tax write-off.
yeah, they Zaslaved it.
Yep.
Um,
They Looney Tunes it.
But that Choo Choo Rocket Universe game was actually freaking amazing. It was like Super Mario Galaxy, but a Choo Choo Rocket because all the levels were like spherical kind of.
Yeah.
So you spun them around and moved the choo choos into
Yeah.
different areas. I played the hell out of it. Probably 30 hours of that shit. I loved it so
love
much.
that game.
Yeah.
I still think that's a great one.
So those two games I've been playing recently. Dave, what do you got?
So not on the phone, just whatever.
Whatever you want, Dave.
Yeah, dude.
I'm in a lull
Yeah.
because I recently beat Bloodborne again,
Yeah. Madness.
and I finished the DLC,
Yeah, which you had never done.
which I had never done.
Yeah.
It almost broke me.
Yeah. How did you find getting
But here-
through Bloodborne
Here
again?
you are.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm soft, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a soft little baby.
Yeah. You're a squishy little muffin.
All right. So
So the game itself, how did you find your was this the second time you played through it?
yeah.
So how did you find the revisit to
So
the
I'm a
original?
seasoned Souls guy now.
Yeah.
Like 100 hours in Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Beat every single boss in Dark Souls 3 at this point.
Yep.
The bosses were so much easier in Bloodborne.
Really?
It was not that difficult.
Huh.
But the game is tough still.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for the final boss of the DLC in Bloodborne. That thing was...
And how long is the DLC approximately? How long did it take you to get through
About
that?
this long.
Yeah, he's holding up his fingers. He's right. Yeah, it's about that.
Yeah.
I think they said 5 to 8 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like 5 bosses.
Okay. All right.
And yeah,
So
I beat all the bosses on my first or second try,
Except for the last one.
Except for the last one, and there was one other one that I was going to go back and beat, and I started New Game Plus on me as soon as I beat the final boss. So
yeah.
I missed out on that one, but yeah,
I think Bloodborne is probably I'm not a big FromSoft. I appreciate their games. I respect them. I think they're cool. My brain doesn't work that way somehow. Like I just get frustrated after a while, or I just peter out. Where I'm like that happened in Elden Ring, where I was like, "This is an amazing experience. I love it," and then I just kind of petered out on it.
yeah.
And
The
I never went back.
perfectionist in me like won't let me quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of them all, I think Bloodborne is the one that I thought was the coolest. That was
pretty
the one that I
awesome.
was like, this game is amazing. The atmosphere, the whole
Yeah.
vibe of it.
They've made
loved
some
it.
quality of life improvements on the games since
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
I think I've told this story
Which
on the
is real
podcast
annoying,
before, but where I finally died out on it was right around where that dude in the turret is. And then I found out that area was optional.
Yes.
And I'm like, how would I know that? Like, I just wandered into it. And I just thought it was part of the level.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. And I just kept getting mowed down by this asshole in the turret.
And then you just find out you can run past him and be done with it.
Yeah. I would make it like I would inch every death. I would get like an inch further, and then all of a sudden I'd regress, inch back, inch. It was like this whole thing. It was so goddamn frustrating.
So now I'm a little bit in a lull because I don't know what to play next.
Yeah. Yakuza.
Do you have 50 Cent and the Legend of the Crystal Skull? That's a great game.
Blood on the sand.
Yeah.
Blood in the sand. Blood on the sand.
Blood in the sand. That's what it
like
is.
that.
Is that a PS3 game?
360.
360.
And I think it was probably on PS3.
Man.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you actually play through it?
Yep. Many times.
Many times?
It's awesome. It genuinely is awesome.
Yeah, it's like a super short game too. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it co-op?
Yep.
Yeah.
You should play it.
Well, I think you and Hilden bought it for me.
I don't know where I would find it right now.
Oh, you could probably find it. No
Probably
problem.
$2.
Like on Xbox downloadable games or something?
Oh,
It's not going to be
I
on
don't know.
PlayStation.
Let me check, man. Yeah. I remember you
50
and
Cent. I'd play it, sure.
Well, I remember you and Hilden
Yeah.
got all fucking nuts about that
Oh,
game.
yeah.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Fitty.
Yo, Fitty, hit that ramp.
I saw a video of him.
Yo, Fitty.
I saw a video of him just the other day, and it was him meeting like this little kid, probably 8 to 10 years old, and the kid was like a super fan, and he was all like dressed up like him, right? He had like the hat on backwards, and it must have been like a meet and greet situation, and the kid was just so overwhelmed to meet him that he was like
Soaked his socks.
Oh,
like,
man.
I love you so, and to Curtis's that's his real name, right?
Yeah.
Curtis. To his credit, he handled it so beautifully. Like he was so good with this kid. He's like, "Come on, man, let's pose. Here, give me one of these." And he makes like this badass look. He's like, "All right, now let's give me one of these." And it was really sweet. Like
That's cool.
I was like, "What a good guy."
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know anything about him really, but just his persona. I'm like, he seems like a nice guy. Go Shorty, it's your birthday. No, no. You can discredit that. That's fine if you got dirt on 50 on Fitty.
Fitty. It's if I remember my.
Is he a dirtbag and I don't know that?
I have no idea. I mean, there's 50 Cent Bulletproof. Was
That's
that the
not-
game?
no.
I thought it was called Blood on the Sand.
Yeah,
or
something
Oh,
like
there it is. Blood on the Sand.
Can you buy it on Xbox?
I don't know. I'm still.
I'll
I'm
buy
still
it.
working on it.
All right, figure it out. Google it, John. I will say that I dove.
It's 5 hours in length, so that's why I
perfect.
mobied it multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh no, he's
Yeah,
not a good guy.
He's all MAGA.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Blood on the Sand,
But
Fitty.
Play the game. Play the game.
Ooh.
Game's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, buy it used though.
Yeah, definitely. Do not buy it new.
Where am I gonna? I can't. I have to buy it digitally. That's all I got.
Buy it used digitally.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Are you excited for the Dusk Blood or whatever it's called? The Dusk Bloods? Or is it because it's a multiplayer that you're like, I'm out?
Yeah, it's just a PvPvPVE is what is how they described it.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed when I read that, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.
It looked. I was so disappointed when I saw that it wasn't a Castlevania game.
So during
what
the
I
Switch
thought it
2
was.
announcement from Software, the people who make all the Souls games,
I know. Do you think anyone in the U.S. will get to play that system?
It'd be pretty great.
you guys are just really trying to bring me down right now.
I'm just saying. This is all going so well.
It's someday we will.
Yeah. When we move to Japan.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll buy it when I'm allowed to buy it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a great news
As long
for you
as
guys.
it's not $700.
Hell, that's
50 Cent
unlikely.
Blood on the Sand now works on the Xbox Series X.
Nice. What about the Series S?
You mean as a digital? Can I buy it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep searching.
All I want to play is the Super Mario Race the Race Karts on the on the Extra World. That is so badass.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your mind off.
I
of
know.
You're just going to be cruising around free roam.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Free balling it.
I'm
Yep.
not wearing any more clothes. I'm not taking any more showers. Not going to eat anymore. I'm not going to work.
Just going to be racing.
Just doing that.
Your whole persona
Yep.
is going to be that cow
Yep.
on a motorcycle.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to grow some udders.
I love that they brought the cow from the freaking. What is
It's
this?
fantastic.
Was it the
Moo Moo Acres.
64 game?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that they brought him and they're like, oh, let's let him grind on the rails.
So I tried that PS2 era Japanese type game that you told me on Game Pass that you said that you loved.
Katamari?
No.
Were we just talking about Katamari?
No. It's like you're a samurai and there's like
Calamari.
waves of bad guys that you have to fight and there's a gate and
Oh, Kunitsugami.
yes, that is not for me, man.
Not for you?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
it's like a strategy game, kind of. It's like a what's it called, tower defense almost.
Yeah, I
hey,
did
look
not
at,
realize
Look what I'm
that.
looking at. 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand.
How much?
Well, it just right now it just says install to your Xbox.
Oh,
You can just have it.
Oh, snap.
You can just have
give it all to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my God. I hope that's the price. You can just have it.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't give me a price. Anyway, but it's out there. It's on the store somehow. Kunitsugami, you didn't care for?
No.
I thought it was super cool. I hit a wall on it though. I was just like, after a while, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I probably played through like the first 4 or 5 worlds. I will say it starts out slow. Like it very much the tutorial
Okay.
is like very hand-holdy and like boring as shit.
I liked it, and then all of a sudden it was like, activate these guys, assign positions to them, move them around. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
yeah. I think it might have been the vibe of it that probably made.
I mean, it looks cool.
yeah, it made it go a longer way for me.
I started Anno 1800, that like civilization planning game
Okay.
because there was one on the DS that was awesome. It was Anno 1700 or something.
Never
Okay.
heard of it.
And I loved it.
Sounds made up.
It does. Something made up.
Google it.
I'm not doing that.
I'll look it up.
Gutenberg
Um,
But I started playing that.
Poor Goot got a
it.
divorce.
Yeah, right.
Poor
R.I.P.
Goot.
Goot's marriage.
Yeah.
I started playing that.
He got the Goot boot.
But with all those city planning type games, I lose steam pretty quick.
Dave, do you still have Game Pass?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. There is a game that comes out.
This one.
Never heard of it. Anno 1800.
Yeah, you gotta make a city and plan like fire stations and
Oh, okay.
and I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
a whole thing.
Dave, there's a game coming out on Game Pass on Thursday.
That south one?
No.
Oh,
That I don't know
Is it
what
the
you're talking
West one?
about. That I thought of you
is
today.
it Wild West?
It's been getting all 9s and 10s. I had never
Comes
heard
out
of
on Thursday.
on Thursday on Game Pass.
I'm listening.
I had never heard of it. It's called Blueprints.
Oh yes, it's like a puzzle game.
And the pun of the name just occurred to me when I said it out loud.
Oh,
Blueprints.
Oh, because he's not
Oh.
purple.
it's Prince with a C, not Prince with a T.
Yeah. Blueprints.
Blueprints.
Yeah. It's a puzzle game that
Only wears
because you
undies
really
once.
like that. You really like that one. The
It's the
Wanderer
Purple
or something, or
Prince.
The
We're doing great tonight.
yeah the Observer.
No.
Anyway.
It's made by that dude who made Braid. What?
Yeah, yeah, I
Jonathan
don't
Blow.
Yeah. This is not that, but it reminded
What
me
is
of
the name of that game?
But anyway, this Blueprints game, you're in like this like mysterious mansion, and there's like a dice rolling and card element to it, but also it's a puzzle game. Like you're going through this mansion trying to find the 47th room or something of the mansion,
Sure.
right? And
The Witness. That was
The
name of
Witness,
that
that's
game.
one you like.
Yep. The game is awesome.
But it looks amazing. I watched like a video for it today because somebody mentioned it on Blue Sky, and I was like, I've never heard of this. And then later, I stumbled across a review thread where they basically are like, here are all the like a compilation of all the reviews. It's all
Yeah.
9s and 10s across.
But it's
the board.
coming out to Game Pass this
Game
week.
Pass on Thursday.
So the little thing that I read said it was like a card roguelite puzzle game.
Kind of, because it seems like almost like a board game, but it's also a third person kind of view. And from what I understand, you can choose which room you're going into next,
All right.
right? So if you got cards or whatever, you're like, oh, the kitchen's next, so I'm going to go into the fucking kitchen and try to solve the puzzles that are in the kitchen or something. I don't know. I'm probably bungling this pretty badly.
No, it sounds fun.
But like the reviews are off the charts.
I
Like,
saw that too.
like overwhelmingly
Yeah.
positive. And everybody's just like kissing this fucking game's ass. So I am
gross.
very, very, very interested in
The
it.
other one that did well in the review area was South of Midnight. That one comes out
Yeah.
tomorrow too.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Me too.
I don't know if I have time for it at the moment. Because I am
Listen to big man
So busy.
BMOC over there.
yeah, I know. I'm really trying to get through
Another Yakuza.
no.
No.
But I might drop this game and
Yeah, of course.
start a Yakuza game.
Yeah, there's they put out 3 more in the time that you started this podcast.
Yeah, they did. By the way, when I go to Japan, I'm going to like 3 different Yakuza game locations.
He's
just
gonna
because
get
they're badass.
You're gonna get an honorary Yakuza member tattoo.
I hope so. I hope
I cannot wait for you to come back with just a big black jacket with a golden dragon on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
No, it's going to be the back
He's a
tattoo. I'm
maid.
going to Affleck this tattoo.
Back tat. He's a made man.
yeah. They won't let you back into America.
I hope
They'll
not.
send you to El Salvador.
I'm fucking
but
hoping they don't let me back in.
Oh, that'd be great, right?
Then I have a
You have to
reason.
go back.
That'd be
Oh.
so great if John ended up in a prison in El
No,
Salvador.
not
Yeah, that'd be
no,
amazing.
No, they're like
that.
you have to
No.
go. You have to go back to Japan. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Is that called reporting? Because that's not really deporting.
Expat.
Yeah.
No, I'm really considering dropping Death Stranding because I'm like, why am I playing this
Drop
game?
it. Drop it.
But
Yeah.
I'm 25 hours into it. I'm like almost 2/3 of the way through this thing, but I cannot deliver one more goddamn package.
Yep.
Like,
I'm saying
That game sounds so painful to me. I don't know why people love it, but I don't want
it's
to
because
try
they've
it.
got boners for Kojima. Like that's really all it is.
You think so?
It's all it is.
like everybody's like, this is so weird.
yeah,
I
exactly.
love it.
Exactly. Like, and I love weird games.
Conan O'Brien's in it, right?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
He makes an appearance as like a seal, or he's wearing a weird suit
as a seal.
I have no idea. All I know is that the very first mission is to strap your dead mother to your back and carry her to the incinerator.
Oh my!
Wow.
It's literally the first mission. You have to carry her across the frickin' country on your back and chuck her in an incinerator.
So it's a feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play as Daryl from Walking Dead.
Oh, I thought
That's
from
your-
1125 Fremont.
That's your. Oh, that's your. That's.
Did
yeah.
you watch the show Walking Dead?
I watched the first. I watched the seasons up until they're like Marilyn.
Oh, the little girl
Yeah,
who was
whatever that
in the
means.
barn
Yeah.
the whole time. That
The-
was season 2.
Yeah, that's that one. I watched
I
it up
could
to
see
there.
you
and, like,
not enjoying that
I was
show
like,
anymore.
okay, well
Yeah.
that's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 almost made me tap out of that show. I should have.
I did.
I read the first compendium
the first
comic,
Yeah,
but I've never seen an episode of the show. It's not for me.
yeah. The
I
show,
thought the first season was great.
first season was great. Then they fired the showrunner and
Yeah.
all the people who were working
Sold
on
it
it.
to CBS.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then the second season, they were looking for a little girl who was in the barn right behind them the whole time. That was awesome.
They were shouting her name for 8
Yeah.
weeks straight,
Yeah.
and she couldn't hear them.
Yeah, she was in
Because
a
she's
barn.
a zombie, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there
Spoilers.
was one
Jeez,
season.
now I don't need to watch season 2.
Right.
There was
Cool,
one
thanks.
season where they literally just sat and cried for 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's one.
And I think the following season was when I finally tapped out. And the only thing
Is
that
the
kept me
show
in
still going?
it, there's like spin-offs now.
Okay,
Like Fear
yeah.
the Walking Dead and
But that Daryl
Walking
guy,
Dead,
he's in all of them, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
Walking Dead, The Adventures of Carol and Daryl or something, you know.
Carol and Daryl.
Yeah, right.
Well, here we are in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm tapping out of Death Stranding because there's just other stuff that I want to play, and I've got
All
2 weeks
right.
off coming up and nothing to do. I don't want to spend it playing Death
You
Stranding.
have 2 weeks off coming up?
I had to
Man.
burn PTO the last 2 weeks of this month.
Dang, boy.
How naked are we getting?
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
You can watch me work. You can watch
Sounds-
me nay-nay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, you can whip,
Yep.
and then I'll nay nay.
Yep, you can nay-nay. All right, I have an opinion question for you that's not video game related. It's
First-
about quitting stuff.
First, these cherries are okay. They are much more tart.
That's what I'm saying.
than a Luxardo.
What?
Yeah,
way more tart.
The Luxardos are a luxury experience.
Yeah, they're good. I like these. They're not bad. It's just a very different experience.
Whatever. You can watch me nay.
All right. What you had a question about? Quitting?
Maybe I won't.
Watch me nay. All right. So I'm always reading a book, and then I'm always listening to an audiobook.
Not right now. You're not.
Actually, you're right. I'm not.
Shit.
Just reading comic
Dave,
books right now.
You're not even doing that. You're just sitting here
I'm
yapping.
blazing through comic books like they were going out of style.
Style. Well, that's ironic. Because they're nothing but style.
They're nothing but style.
Anyway, yeah. All
Mo
right.
and I are sharing a moment.
So about quitting. What are we quitting?
All right. So I'm listening to an audiobook by Shirley Jackson, The Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
She wrote
Mother of Percy Jackson.
Yeah, she wrote The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah. Okay.
I loved that book. Then she also wrote We Always Lived in the Castle.
Okay.
Also a great book.
Yeah.
This one I'm not enjoying.
What's it called? She's in the barn?
No, it's called The Bird's Nest. Do I quit it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to
Just come back later or just don't?
No,
It's up to you.
I'm a
Because it's like I got 4 hours left of this audiobook.
I am a big proponent of I don't care. Which anymore.
But
anymore.
as
And
I said about the Bloodborne thing, like the perfectionist in me is
Yep,
like, oh,
but
that's an unfinished tally
somehow
on my checklist.
But somehow that I've been broken of that.
Yeah,
Which was this is your bullshit, not mine. And it's not fun. I'm getting nothing out of it, and I don't care how it ends. I'm going on to something I care about.
Okay.
like
That helps me because I really don't care how this ends.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
there you go.
I'm going to something else.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you lost me basically, and I
It's
paid
too
for,
bad
like,
because I really love
Yeah,
her writing too, but I'm
absolutely.
just not enjoying this. I don't know.
absolutely.
I think with
And if
Death
at some point you want to go back, great, but
That's true.
it shouldn't be an obligation. That's stupid.
with Death Stranding, I have the advantage of being like, I'm just gonna watch a YouTube video that recaps the ending for me because I don't feel like I need to play through the next.
Are you
20
that
hours of
invested
this.
in the story? I mean, that's my
I
problem.
want to
is
know
don't
what the
watch
fuck's going
cutscenes.
on.
Yeah.
Like I want to know because the gameplay sure as hell isn't interesting. I'm
Isn't-
literally
isn't
like
the
trying to
thing-
balance a whole bunch of shit on my back as I climb up a mountain.
And is it like cutscenes that are 2 hours long, Metal Gear style? Where
There are long ones. I haven't
Oh,
run into a
dude,
2 hour one, but there are some
no,
long
thank
ones.
you. I need a timer on that cutscene. I need someone to tell me how long this cutscene is going to be.
And why isn't that a thing?
Right.
What I do like about the
you
Final
can pause
Fantasy
a movie and it'll tell you how much of the movie is
Yeah,
left.
right.
You can.
What I do like about the Final Fantasy remakes, Dave,
Man.
is that
Start a
you can
website.
hold down the
How
R.
long is this cutscene.com?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hold down the R2 button and it'll like double speed it. I like that about the Final Fantasy remake. The remakes. Those two remakes. You hold it. I wish you could do that during Death Stranding.
Should I play those ones?
The first one's better than the second one.
I've only ever played Final Fantasy on Game Boy. That's it.
Very different
well,
the
experience.
very first Final
It's gonna
Fantasy.
blow
on
your mind.
GameCube.
Final Fantasy VII remake is good.
I have played other video games, just not Final Fantasy. But they have really progressed. This 50 Cent is crazy.
You guys, I can look at my all the sides of my character.
Whoa, look at this blood in the sand. What is happening? Hit that ramp,
You
Finny.
think it's real?
Yeah. Anyway,
Wait, are the games in color now?
they are. It's not in green screen anymore.
What? More than 2 buttons?
Yeah, can you imagine? Like green screen's probably what turtles see. For the longest time, we just saw games like turtles did, and now
Yeah.
we're seeing them full color, like
now
what
we're seeing
dogs
full
do.
color, yeah.
Dogs and honeybees, baby.
I'm sorry. So you
No,
can
no.
Final Fantasy worth it?
It's your mileage may vary. I thought
Okay.
remake the
You
first
answered that
the
question
first
for
part
me
of the
right now.
trilogy was my favorite game of that year. The second part, I hated it until I realized I didn't have to do any of the open world side quest stuff. I just mainlined it, and then I liked it a lot better.
They turned Final Fantasy VII into 3 separate games.
2 so far. The third one's coming out eventually.
What?
Yeah. They broke it up into a trilogy.
My goodness.
They Lord of the Rings did.
Yeah, they
Yes.
did. They did.
I mean, I know it's 2 discs on PS1.
Yeah.
I know that, but
Yeah. And Fabulous Joe will take over your bedroom.
I will tell you what. I
Tell me
started
What?
Wolfenstein, one of the new
Wolfenstein.
first-person shooters.
Yeah. Which one?
Just
like the New Bloods or
yeah,
something
whatever
like
the
that?
first one of that series came
Oh,
out. I did
yeah.
not enjoy it. I just don't think I like first-person shooters.
Yeah,
I get that.
You don't want to play with this guy.
He just loves them, or what?
No, he shoots you in the back of the head.
Oh, classic.
Because he keeps standing up in front of my fire.
Yeah. That's what the problem is.
That was a co-op game.
We were playing
allegedly.
We were playing Rainbow Six online.
I loved that. I love that game so much.
He kept taking cover right in front of me and then getting pissed when I shot him in the back of the head.
He kept standing directly behind me and shooting me in the back of the head.
Yeah, I wasn't already there or anything.
You see how this went, Dave.
Usually once a year or every other year, Justin and I will go to the family cabin, just the two of us.
Yeah.
And I'll play new video games and he'll play N64.
Nice.
And I had Rainbow Six on N64.
Oh, that's bad.
And he was like, "Oh, I remember loving this game so much." He put it in. He's like,
"It's so
this
bad.
Is awful."
Yeah, it's so bad.
But I remember playing the heck out of that game too.
The one we played was
on Xbox.
It was like Rainbow Six Black something. Not Black Ops because that's Call of Duty, but it was like
Black Flag or
I don't know.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And we'd always have a fourth. It was
Fantastic.
usually like one of your guys, that you were in grad school with or something like that.
Yeah.
Was it always a SWAT team? Like on the N64, you did like some serious planning of what your SWAT team was going to do before you did the mission.
This was
more arcadey. I mean, it was still had like the strategy to it.
Yeah, but
wasn't
it's 4-on-4 basically.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Against the computer or against?
You could play against other players, but
it was always more fun.
Us, the computer.
It was always more
really
fun
just us against each other, but on the same team.
It was more fun for the opponents.
No, because John kept shooting us in the back of the head. He'd shoot Hilden in the back of the head. He'd shoot me in the back of the head.
Black Arrow.
That's
it was more fun for the for our opponents to hear us screaming at each other.
I'm gonna have to see if that's on Xbox.
to hear me going, "Oh God damn it!" and then Mo going, "You son of a bitch!" and me going, "Get out of my way!" and you'd be like, "Stop shooting me!" and then the opponent's going, "Well, there's another win."
So I have not had any help finding my next game yet outside of
what
Blood
about
on the Sand.
what about the one we were talking about, the Xbox one that we were just talking about?
Blueprints?
No, well that too, but the one that's coming out tomorrow.
South of Midnight?
Yeah. That one looks cool.
Yeah, I'll try
reviews
that
too.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just dump freaking Death Stranding and give South of Midnight a shot. But
my thing is, I have the PlayStation Portal now.
Yeah.
So I'll lay on the couch tonight if we're watching something, and I'll just play whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try Star Wars Outlaws. I can't. I wish I had something to do Game Pass on because I would.
You got your phone.
Yeah, it's not. That's not great.
Yeah. It works.
It probably does, but
It works. The Game Pass streaming is actually, like, the cloud play is actually not bad.
Waiting for that Switch 2 announcement where they say Game Pass is available on Switch.
Yeah.
And they moved to Canada.
I pretty much stopped dreaming the moment that that Nintendo Direct ended. I was like, all the cool stuff that I was hoping. Yeah, they're not going to do any of that.
Yeah.
They're just going to charge me $80 to play Kirby.
You mean the one launch game they're going to have?
Yeah. They're going to charge me $80 to play an updated version of Kirby, and that's about it.
Hey, we get the Zelda upgrades for free.
Because we have the Nintendo Online thing. Yeah.
Which I'll play Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I think I'm done with it. You never finished it, though, right?
No.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to go back and putter around. I'm not sure I'm interested in that.
If all the tariff nonsense gets through, are you going to be getting a Switch 2 for Mario Kart?
I don't. Oh, man.
Apparently, that bundle is only going to exist for a little bit. Then they're going to get rid of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I don't know. I really want to play that game.
You can come over to my house anytime and Joe Willinger this shit.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
or Harriet, however you want to look at it.
I would love if the three of us got Switch 2s and then we were playing with the video cameras.
That'd be amazing.
The cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah, they released a
cameras,
video camera.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So you can have the game like a green screen almost in the background is your face in front of your screen.
Okay.
That Piranha Plant game
or
camera looks pretty sweet.
It does. The third party
It's like
one?
a Piranha Plant and the camera's in the mouth.
Yeah. It's a third party peripheral though. It's not the official one.
But it is they partner with Nintendo to make it
totally. Yeah.
Like kosher.
Yeah. I hear you.
So
Yeah.
I'm hearing you say maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, Mo's like,
Yeah.
I got $450 to $500.
I mean,
burning a hole in my
$500,
pocket.
yeah.
Or with the tariff, $700.
$650 to $700.
Piece
All right.
of shit.
Yeah.
Is there an amount that the tariff is going to push you to where you go, I'm going to wait?
Yeah, like I'm already almost there where I'm like, they're not going to lower the price on it unless they pull a 3DS. Remember when they put out the 3DS and they're like, "Oh, sorry guys, we really fucked up. We're
No,
going to lower
really?
the price." And then
No, I don't remember that.
Everybody who bought it, you get all these GBA games for free.
What?
You know? Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what happened?
They fucked up. Like the 3DS launch did not go well, and so
It was
all
too
the
Because they
expensive.
priced it too high?
yeah, and then all the early adopters, idiots like myself who bought it at launch,
Yeah.
got, I don't know, it was like 10 GBA games to download that they never wound up ever releasing on the 3DS after that, because it was called the ambassador program, the 3DS ambassador program.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, so if you look at my 3DS right now, I've got like a folder with a shitload of GBA games in there.
Yeah.
And that's just because I'm a 3DS ambassador.
Oh.
In other words, fucking sucker early adopter.
So I've never pre-ordered a Nintendo console.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I was very excited to pre-order this one.
Yeah, I was until the.
Right. But I'm kind of like, maybe I can wait.
Yeah,
Like,
I really want to
eventually
play
it'll
that
be
Mario
available.
Kart.
Yeah, I do too, but eventually it'll be available.
Yeah, it will.
And it hopefully not for an insane price. And
Yeah.
it's not like I'm running out of games to play.
Yeah.
But I really want to play it.
And the three of us are eligible once they go on pre-order to pre-order it from Nintendo themselves, as long as we get a spot in line.
Right.
Because we have a Nintendo online membership, and
We're family.
and we have had it for over a year, and we have put more than 50 hours in.
Yeah.
Some of us.
Yeah, I got to think. All told, you've probably put more than 50 hours in on your DS or
Just playing your Switch in general.
Yeah, it's not like one game. It's
I don't know.
you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Well, it could be rough.
You got a good stack of games up there.
I know. Most are still wrapped.
I also happen to have an inside thing of when a particular retailer is going to put it
Yeah.
on. Like when that happens,
Yeah.
I will know the exact second
Yes.
it goes live. So
I think
that
I mean,
doesn't mean that I'm going to get one, because
Right.
it's still like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they
Crashes
come out
the
and
damn
say,
site.
okay, it's gonna be $700.
yeah.
I want to
don't
know the underbelly side of this, where it does crash the site, because there's no, like, the people that, there's nefarious shit going on.
Yeah.
Like people running bots
Yeah.
that are scooping up pre-orders and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, how? I
Yeah.
want to know how that works.
I have no idea.
I'm too stupid to understand any of it, but I want to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have a bout that creates an
Yeah.
email address, an account, and
Well,
then
because there's
and does it in milliseconds.
Yeah.
Well, what happens? I mean, the long and short of it. I'm not claiming that I know any of this, but I can just.
you do.
No, I don't.
Tell me
But
the
I can.
truth,
I can
Johnny.
I can kind of surmise that what happens is, so there's a SKU, there's a page, there's a web page
Yep.
for the Nintendo Switch console.
Yep.
This bot, they program, because they're like, okay, it's going to go live on. It was supposed to be tomorrow on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting Tuesday, I'm going to program this bot to just keep hitting F5, just refresh the page.
Yep.
And then the moment this button state changes from coming soon to buy now, bam.
Yeah.
And that's how it does it. It's probably,
But it's
again,
going to have to have a
they're-
separate
But
account,
But how does
Yeah.
it fill in the rest? Like, and how do you do that at scale? Like,
credit card.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
know.
I don't. I mean, again, I'm probably not. I'm not getting the details right,
No,
but I'm
sure.
guessing that's probably like
Yeah.
the rough picture of it. You know.
I just realized I'm just an idiot. Trying to get something
Well, yeah.
in the
I'm
world.
just a guy in front
Yeah.
of Best Buy.
Yeah.
Trying to
Just trying to-
trying to buy pre-order a Switch
Right?
2.
And I'm looking around going, everyone is 100 steps ahead of me.
My original
time.
plan was try to order it through Best Buy
yeah.
because their online sales are going to go a month earlier than Nintendo was going to email me saying I was in line to buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
GameStop was actually doing it like not a bad deal where they were taking decent trade-in value for your existing Switch. I don't know, it was like $150. I'm like, well, that's not awful.
No, it's not.
You know? And for like the original Switch too, not like the OLED. You know, it was like, I mean, I don't know if it was 150, but it wasn't a. I looked at it and I was like, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
So I have an OLED.
Yeah.
That I don't let the children play.
Yeah, you keep their grubby mitts off that.
Yeah, this is my OLED.
Yeah.
But the Switch 2, it's going to be the family's. It's got to be a family console. Everybody's going to want to play
at $500. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
You're not buying multiple. You know, at least not at launch.
No.
Why is it so expensive? I mean, is this just that's what things cost now, or is there
there's
the technology
all sorts of
in
shit?
it?
There's all sorts of shit, but I saw
because it's a lot for Nintendo.
It's essentially a PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw like a breakdown, like a rough estimate that the parts cost them like $350 to $375.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm like, okay. And Nintendo almost never takes a freaking loss on their consoles.
Yeah.
But Sony and Xbox, I mean Microsoft, they do, right?
Absolutely.
When their new ones come out, they take a loss.
Historically,
yeah.
they have. I mean, I don't know how it works anymore because I don't follow it as closely.
But
as
I think
used
they
to.
did with the PS5 even
And
too.
well, the PS. What was Blu-ray? Was that PS3?
Yeah.
PS3. Like
Yeah.
that was a loss.
Which is
Right.
crazy
Yeah.
considering it's 600.
I know.
Clams.
Yep.
Was it when it came out? It was
Yeah.
$600.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't pre-order a PS3.
Like perspective is everything now, right? I mean, we're talking about the other day the N64 Shadows of the Empire was $80
yeah.
in '95.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, the
80
price of video games honestly has not changed.
It hasn't. And
So,
are they expensive? Yeah, I think they're expensive.
Yeah, but they always have been expensive.
Yes, but they're not they're not nearly as expensive as they have been historically.
Right.
Like Super Mario Brothers for the original Nintendo was like $50.
I was going to say like 60, 50.
60 or $50
Yeah.
in 80 something.
Right.
In today's money, that's what, $150, $200?
Right.
I mean, like it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, we were in college. You and I were, Mo, when
Yeah.
N64 was around, and Shadows of the Empire I bought, and I remember getting to the cash register. I didn't know how much it cost. I just grabbed it off the shelf, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm getting it," because it was the N64, and there were like 2 games.
I
out
mean,
there.
that was a fun game.
Yeah, but I got to the cash register, and the woman was like, "Well, that'll be 83, blah blah blah," and I was like,
Are you sure?
"Whoa, wait, what?" Like, holy fuck, And I was
So
like,
did you buy it or did you put
yeah,
it back?
of course I bought it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm
Don't be
in
stupid,
college.
Dave.
You're
I've
like,
got-
wait, hold on a second. I just need to get a different card out. Hold on.
yeah, exactly. And the same thing with Mario Kart. I was actually over here because I think I was living with Massey at that point, like for the summer or something. And I went to Funko in the Mall of America, and I was like, "Fucking Mario Kart's out. We're going to get it." And I went there, and it was like $65 or something. And I was like, "Holy shit!" But I mean, we got to play Mario Kart.
Well,
don't we?
Yeah.
And goddamn, we had some good times playing Mario
And
Kart.
so, in perspective, I probably spent $700 on pre-ordering the PS5 when I got an extra controller and a game.
Yeah.
And so, like, Switch 2 is going to give me just as much of excitement
it
for
blows my mind.
less than what I paid for the PS5.
But it blows my mind how much these things cost now.
Yeah.
I just...
Well, I mean, for the low price of $10, you can get an interactive
I know.
game
I just
manual.
feel like, but
At least PS5 came with Astrobot.
I know, right?
installed.
Salaries have not kept up with with what the cost of everything is, and that's just I look at that and like, Jesus, man, like rent.
Yeah.
Rent was a predictable percentage of your what you made, and that's not now it can be half or more.
I was telling somebody the other day.
Okay.
She lives in a studio apartment and she pays like $1,000.
Jesus.
She lives over in Highland Park.
Yeah.
And I was like, pay $1,000 for a studio? And I was like, I lived on the other side of the river from Highland Park. My rent was $425. Granted, that was 20 years ago.
That's probably a good
shit.
deal for a studio in Highland Park.
Yeah, right. Anyway, all right, we did it. I think we're all good stuff.
So, what's your line
What's my line
for the Switch 2?
Man,
it's the pre-order.
Oh, I have a question.
I don't know. Yeah.
Are the games backwards compatible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well then.
95%.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be a batch that aren't.
They eventually will be probably too.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I feel like that's a big hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I'm starting over, I'm like, I don't need to.
And they introduced a whole new thing where I can loan you a digital game that I own.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like
It's like a digital
our
cartridge.
switches can be together, and I just say loan this to Mo for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you
so
get
it disappears from yours and
It
shows up on
disappears
mine?
from mine, and then you get it for 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks, it just comes back to me.
That's really cool.
It actually is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Why has it taken this long for someone to think
Yeah,
of that?
Money.
it's been super annoying with
Well,
with kids
the good thing is that we're all part. You have to be in the same family, though, don't you?
to loan it.
I think you do. And the good news is that we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
we share a family. Again.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
But
And I'm
nonetheless,
guessing after the 2 weeks are up, we just see each other again and say, "I'm going to loan it to you again for another 2 weeks."
I think there might be a limit.
A limit?
Yeah. Like
Well,
you can
that's-
only do it like 5 times.
But that's
or something.
stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll refine it, right?
Oh, you never know.
I don't know.
Who knows? All right. I got to go home and fix someone's brand new phone.
What's your
No.
kid doing?
No, you should go home and
Make your kid do it.
you should come to my house.
Yeah, go to his house.
Yep. We'll watch Police Academy 5.
Yeah.
Well, should we Don Chichio this shit?
Oh, it's the Chichios.
Don.
Don Chichio.
Yeah.
All right. Where's my volume at on
I
here?
don't know.
I want to blow your eardrums out.
You don't have to.
Here we go. All right.
Just be respectful.
You can find us. There it is. Somewhere. At mojomenace.com. There's probably an expired link on there to our Discord chat. But if you want to get in contact with me and find our Discord, just go to Blue Sky. Look for Mojo Menace on Blue Sky. We're not on that shithole anymore. The other shithole.
Yeah, that's right.
Twatter.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That would have been a better name.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Yeah. He sucks.
But he lives on in you.